only for you.
Thank you.
Would I, come back into New York City and come back up here and do the show? Because I love you, bro. You know what? It's nothing but love.
There's no part of you that missed.
None.
Nothing.
Absolutely. You know what I miss?
What's
that?
that?
I'm not sitting at the pool right now. That it's 100 degrees, continuing to still work on my tan.
Well, you do have a great tan.
I'm trying.
I must say.
All I do now is all I do. Play golf and go to the pool. That's basically what I do. And I'm loving every minute.
This is what you
I watch our crummy baseball team, who's actually leading right now 4-0.
How about that?
How about that?
How about that crummy baseball team? Actually,
they need to sweep today. They need to sweep this series against the Nationals.
Dude, I felt this way last night when they were down to the Nationals 3 runs like 3 different times.
Right. Yep.
They had to win yesterday.
3-0 before the game even started.
I know.
It was 3-0.
Really? And then the game gets suspended. Then they come back, and then they're losing. Then they tie the game. Then they're down again. Yesterday's game felt like a game they had to freaking win, or else this season was just going to continue to spiral out of control.
Couldn't agree more. And they got to win these 2 games too, because when you got 13 games coming up against the 2 best teams in the league, and then you got to go out to the West Coast on top of that, not good.
Yeah.
They have to win these games.
No, absolutely.
And then somehow, to me, got to find a way to win at least 6 games against those teams.
Well, here's the thing.
Was it 13 games they got?
Yeah, because they got the Dodgers this weekend at City. Then they go out west and they play the Dodgers and the Giants again.
Right.
And look, I don't know how the Giants are good. I can't figure that one out for the life of me. But they've been tremendous this season. But they've got to survive the next 2 weeks. And then I don't know about the Braves and the Phillies. Like all year long, I don't know if you felt this way. You figured somebody was going to step up in this division.
Yeah.
84
well, the Mets
wins.
were hanging on by a thread. I mean, look, the reason that they were ahead was because of how bad the division was.
Oh, absolutely. They were hanging in that like 5 to 8 game above 500 range. And I figured, well, somebody was going to get hot. Now, the Phillies got hot. Good for them. They swept the Mets. They took care of business.
By the way, did I have to see Zach Wheeler? Not only does he shut the Mets down, retires 22 in a row, but how about this? He pitches a complete game.
I know, dude.
One of the biggest mistakes that the Mets have ever made was not, and we talked about it when it happened, was not re-signing Zach Wheeler.
But you know what?
They'd be in first place now.
Oh,
easily.
100%. But
easily.
It's one of those things where I can't even get mad at anybody here anymore because that decision was made by the Wilpons.
No, it was made by the Wilpons, of course.
Like if Steve Cohen, and say what you want about Steve Cohen, because I know that the love affair has rubbed off a little bit.
A little bit.
We don't love Steve maybe as much as we did in theory when he was about to buy the team.
Right.
But if Steve Cohen owned the team and Sandy Alderson, who traded for Zach Wheeler the first time, was
Carlos
the GM
Beltran.
of the team, they would have re-signed him. Like, he would still be a New York Met. That was a Brody Wilpon mistake. And what sucks so much about it, and you said it at the time, is the fact that he's killing the Mets in the National League East.
Yeah. He might wind up being a difference in the division.
He could be.
I mean, he may very well be.
Oh, right now, I mean, he's one of the reasons why the Phillies are in first place.
And he's one of the leaders for the Cy Young because the guy who should be winning the Cy Young, you don't want to pitch.
Don't
even get me. I am so down. When I heard Zach, what's his name? Zach Scott, the GM?
Yeah, Zach
He'll be around for 10 minutes. Although I love what he said. He took shots at guys that they have to be accountable for their own bodies, with these injuries. And I look at it this way. The guys who are making the 2 guys that are getting paid the most on the Mets, they're not playing.
Yeah, but what do you think's going on with Jake?
I don't know.
Do you think he's not hurt?
Here's what I think.
What do you think is the deal with
Does
Jake?
Does he have
deGrom?
structural damage?
Right now, no.
No.
Thank God.
No. And he's not going for an MRI for another, 2 weeks?
I think next week he's finally going for another MRI. Or maybe it's this week. I think it's tomorrow, actually.
I can't put myself in his body. I don't know. You go back to, you remember, you would. You weren't around, but you know him, James Rodney Richard.
Yes.
And the whole story, the great pitcher for the Houston Astros, who was being accused of jaking it, and it turns out the guy goes out there, he winds up having a stroke.
Right.
All right?
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm not, look, if the guy's hurt, he's hurt. But, I mean, boy, are we even going to see him in September?
I have the theory on why you're down on Jake.
Tell me why.
I've been formulating
because he only
this.
throws 60 pitches a game?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
That's one of them.
No, because here's why. Because this started, I think you said this to me about 2 months ago, even before Jake got hurt.
It does bother
this
me.
time.
Come on. I mean, because the guy pitched,
I understand, because you were taking shots on the phone at Jake, and I was like, you know what?
You let me take shots.
I'm going to let you take the shots.
Right.
But I've been thinking about it because it bothers me.
Right.
Why does Joe not love Jacob deGrom? And I know the reason. Because he's not Doc Gooden and he's not Tom Seaver in terms of it's a different era. And he doesn't go 9 innings. And he doesn't throw 120 pitches. And I understand why that bothers you.
It does.
But it's a different world.
I understand that. But there's times with him when it's like, I'd like to see him say, hey, I'm not coming out of the game. I never see that. They say, okay, you're done. 72 pitches, whatever it is. Okay, gone.
But don't you think that's going to happen or would happen in September or dare I say October?
I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Don't you think Jacob deGrom in April and May saying, all right, you know what, I'm out, which he has.
Yeah.
Maddoxon, in a way. Greg Maddux used to do that at the end.
They need him now. I mean, this team.
He's hurt now.
Okay.
You don't think he's hurt?
I don't know what he is.
Why would Jacob deGrom, who was having...
I think that... I don't know what to think because I'm not in his body, all right? Is it just soreness that's natural from pitching? Or is he have a real major injury? I don't know that.
Well,
like with Syndergaard, we know the guy had Tommy John surgery.
Right.
I understand that. And I don't expect him to come back. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to see Syndergaard pitch for the Mets again. I mean, maybe we'll see him in September.
He may be out of the bullpen in September, according to Zach Scott.
I mean, who knows? I mean, look, but right now... I know, I see.
The Mets are now blowing a 4-0 lead.
What is it, nobody out?
Nobody out. I think it's going to be 4-1 with second and third.
What inning are we in here?
Sixth inning of a 7-inning game, by the way. Isn't it great you get to come back and watch a Met game live on the radio?
I like the 7-inning games.
What?
I do. I love them.
You like
I love the 7-inning games, and I love... Are you going to go nuts?
Don't do this.
No, the extra inning rule.
What is going
fabulous.
on?
It's fabulous.
You go away for 9 months.
Fabulous.
And now
I'm going to tell you, too. And I'm going to say this, too. Okay?
What?
Dove's going nuts. Dove, do you think I care, Dove? Come on. I mean, really. Don't get me. I mean, I'm here. Like okay, I'm here.
It's not baseball, Joe. It's not baseball.
Bro.
Wow, you've even angered Dove.
I love it. I love it. And I'm telling you right now, please, can we get the DH in the National League? I mean, I had to see the lowest. This moment will stick out in my mind. I told you, we talked about this. You know where I'm going.
Yeah, go ahead, do it. You can mention it, sure.
This moment stuck in my mind and still does. The first game of the Philly series. First game, okay? First game of the Philly series. It's a 1-1 game. They got the bases loaded, nobody out, all right? In the series, you got to win. Stroman's up at the plate. And when I'm watching it happen, I'm yelling at Stroman. Because I figured, Stroman's just not swinging the bat. You got to swing the bat. Then I read in the paper the next day that Stroman, it wasn't his call, that the manager, boy, I can't wait to talk to him. The manager says, don't swing the bat because I don't want you to hit into a double play. Oh, really? So what happens, he doesn't. He strikes out on a pitch that, maybe I could even foul off, maybe. And then Nimmo comes up. And what does he do? First pitch, double play.
Right.
And that essentially, that was the end of the weekend.
Meanwhile, if Stroman hits into a double play,
they score a run.
Right. And beggars can't be choosers. The Mets don't score any runs.
And then what made it even worse in that game is that the pitch, I think, who was it, Gibson?
Kyle Gibson got the game-winning hit.
Right. He gets the game-winning hit. The pitcher.
I understand.
What?
Look,
oh, my God.
I knew that the DH has grown on you and Howie Rose and many others, and I accept that. I do.
Would it be nice to have the DH in that spot?
Well, look, would the DH benefit the New York Mets sometimes? Absolutely.
Yes.
Apparently, half of deGrom's injuries has come from swinging the bat. I acknowledge that.
Right.
Now, look, I still would rather the pitcher hit.
Got more hits than Conforto this year, though.
I know he does. It's crazy. I get that you want the DH, and I understood that. But for you to actually say,
love it.
I can't believe you're saying
bro,
this.
You have no idea. Like, I love the. First of all, the Mets have flourished in these games. The Mets coming into today, I believe they're 13-9 in the 7-inning game.
No, I understand
now that's which means that they are under 500 in games that are 9 innings.
I understand.
All right, so
wait a second. So do you want to make all games 7 innings?
I didn't say that. I didn't say
that.
that.
Oh, you're not going that far.
No, I didn't say that.
You're not an extremist
No, I didn't say make them all 7 innings, but I do like the 7-inning doubleheader deal, and I'm shocked how much I love the ghost runner on second.
Is it because the games end quickly?
They end quickly, and it's a major advantage for the home team as well. Mm-hmm. Because if you're the road team and you don't get a run in that top of that inning, you're in trouble.
And you can manage differently if it's still a tie game, bottom of the inning. You're definitely going to bunch. You're going to move the runner. It's a different strategy. I get that.
Right. Stroman's coming out. Here comes Luis now.
But you like that?
I do. I do. So they got second and third, 1 out, 4-1. Stroman is now out of the game.
At 85 pitches, which I could, you know what, though? He hasn't exactly lit it up here in the 6th inning. He gave up a run. He's put a couple of guys on base.
Who's he putting in?
I'm going to guess Seth Lugo. I haven't looked at who's warming up.
He hasn't been great this year either, by the way.
Look, he's been very rocky. No doubt about it.
Very rocky.
Trevor May has looked good recently. Drew Smith has looked good recently. It's actually Aaron Loop. That makes sense.
Aaron Loop's been good.
He's been their best reliever.
Familia scares the hell out of me.
Well, what else is
What's
new?
right?
Well, they better win this game. It's 4-1, second and third.
You got to win his next. You got to win his second game too. You got to win both games. Who's pitching the second game? On a new guy, Williams.
Trevor Williams.
Right.
And he better be good because
they got
apparently
him in the Baez trade.
They had him in the Baez trade, and they had an opportunity to trade for Zach Davies or Trevor Williams. So they took the worst pitcher because he had options to go down to the minor leagues, which is not exactly the greatest strategy for when you're acquiring a pitcher.
Right.
Does the guy have options? Sure, I'll take him. Now, hopefully, he goes out and pitches well against the depleted Nationals team. But, yeah, they have to win this game.
Yeah.
They got to win the next two games.
No, they got to win. They got to sweep this National Series before the Dodgers come in.
And, look, as far as deGrom is concerned, here's what's always scared me about Jake. And I may have brought this up even last year. It scares me that he throws as hard as he does, as often as he does.
That's part of it, too. I mean, at some point, and maybe that's why he's got these issues.
Yes.
He's got to throw 101 all the time. You know, maybe you got to learn how to scale it down to 95 or whatever and still get guys out. I mean, you know.
And he can. Like, we've seen him do it. And I know the Mets have said half of his injuries have been swinging the bat. I don't even know if any of that is true.
I don't know.
Like, none of us know if that's true. Maybe a few of them have been. And I don't know.
They need him now, though.
Of course they do.
Because they got to make this. I mean, come on. I mean, let's get to the playoffs, and then we'll worry about it afterwards.
Yes.
You know?
Well,
there's no guarantee for that.
I think a lot of these injuries that Jake had, these small injuries, he would have pitched through if it was September, if it was October.
You think so?
But I think that, these guys want to take care of their bodies.
Right.
They want to be careful. They don't want to injure another body part because something is wrong. But it was incredibly frustrating because I'm sitting there. Every Jake start had finally become an event. I remember I used to complain to you, why aren't Jake starts events?
And they were actually winning the games he was pitching. How about that?
They were supporting him.
Scoring some runs for him and all of that.
So his games are events, and he's dominating on a Bob Gibson level. Let's be honest. Now, I know Bob Gibson would go 9. I understand.
Well,
but on the level of a Gibson
guy had 13
receiver,
shutouts in 1 year.
I understand.
I get it. Complete game shutouts, may I add.
Look, even if Jake was healthy, he would have been lucky to pitch 200 innings.
Soto's up with as a tying run. That's not good.
This is a tough spot. I would actually consider walking him. Now,
this is Loop, isn't it? Yeah.
The fact he went to Loop shows you that they want to go after him because you're going lefty-lefty with Josh Bell on deck. But I would be very, very careful because Juan Soto, you talk about guys that own teams. Oh, my God. I mean,
I can't believe Diaz struck him out last night in the ninth inning.
I was stunned by that.
I was shocked.
That was stunning. Stunning. But it's interesting because you go to Loop. He's got to face 3 batters. Bell's a switch hitter. I forget which side of the plate he's better at. But obviously, they're going after Juan Soto. They're going right after this guy. But Gary Cohn said it earlier, and I totally agree with him. You almost have to bonds him in this series where you don't let him beat you.
Right.
And right now, up 4-1 with 2 on and 1 out in the 6th inning, and the guy could hit a game-tying home run.
Do we need to see this stat right there? Why did they, I'm not even going to say it. Why did they put that up?
They put up a jinxed-worthy stat.
Oh, my God.
About Aaron Loop this season.
Don't put that up. Once he gets Soto out, then you want to put it up? Okay.
SNY, just giving you the facts.
No, I know.
Unfortunately, the facts can change very, very quickly.
You're on it. You're on TV. We're not on TV today because of the doubleheader Met game. You sure we're on TV here? You sure SNY wants me to be on television?
Oh, yeah. They're very excited.
They're excited.
That's what I've heard.
I used to work there. 8 years. I spent 8 years at SNY.
Are you excited
Daily
to make
News
your
Live.
Return to SNY tomorrow?
I'm excited. I'm excited to see Dove. Look at Dove. He looks good. Did you lose weight? No.
No.
I'm trying to give you a compliment. What do you say? No. No, I didn't lose weight.
He looks exactly the same.
Now, Dove looks he's very Dove-esque.
And Dove is in a different world now. He doesn't work with you. He doesn't work with me. He's doing middays. He's got to work with Pete Hoffman, who apparently he hates. So it's just a different world.
You don't like
for Dove.
Pete Hoffman?
We're getting very well now. It was rough.
Well, let me ask you a question. Who do you like better, Pete Hoffman or Ernie?
I like
Acosta?
both those guys.
You do?
Each has their own strengths.
They have their strengths.
I love him analyzing it. Each have their own strengths. Right. Well, Dove was so excited that you were coming back for 2 days.
I'm happy to see Dove.
He couldn't do it on Friday, but today he was able to maneuver his schedule around so he can be Dove for this afternoon show.
Now, can I ask a question here? Now that Mark is no longer here, do you still have the same maneuverability that you once had?
Let's not talk about it on the air, shall we? What somebody doesn't know can't hurt him.
No,
right?
I understand. and I'll tell you now, I have heard. Now I'm so upset. One thing I'm very upset about today.
What's that?
Besides the fact I'm not sitting at the pool right now, is that I'm not getting the opportunity to meet Spike.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I have heard, Spike, if you're listening to the show, I have heard nothing but glowing things. I mean, when I saw you at the Met game,
yes.
you and Loogie.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, Loogie's not here either, by the way.
No, he's on vacation.
Nice work, Luke. Anyway, when I saw you and Loogie at the Met game, you guys, I mean, both you guys had glowing things to say.
Oh, Spike's off to a good start.
Spike and my agent, the great Mark Lepselter, glowing things to say.
Now, that says a lot for
an
agent to say positive things about someone that he's got to, like, negotiate with and work with. That's the highest compliment. But no, Spike's off to a very good start.
Yeah, I've heard great things about him.
Yeah, he's buying a house, so that's why he's unavailable
now, where
today.
is he, in Long Island, Jersey?
Nah, he's a Jersey guy.
Oh, he is?
Jersey. Well, he's
because
a
he was down in
Philadelphia
Philly,
guy.
yeah.
So Jersey makes more sense. And then tomorrow, you may have heard, there's a big boat party.
Oh, that's Gio.
That our boy
That's
Gio
Gio's
is
deal,
set
right?
up with Boomer, and so he's going to be at that. So you may never
Where's
get
that,
a
on
chance.
the island?
That's way out on Long Island.
Or is it in Hamptons? I don't think they allow me out there.
You could drive past it, though, if you want.
I don't know.
I forget where it is, but they're having a big boat party. But Spike's off to a good start. Dove is afraid that Spike's going to fire him at any moment.
Are you concerned about that? Well, you can't talk about this on the air, right?
He's probably pissed I brought that up.
I didn't bring this up because I didn't know this. I probably would have if I did, but I didn't know. So
whenever there's a new regime, you have to be scared, right?
yeah, well, it's
like we always talk about with new GMs and coaches. They want to bring in their guy.
Right,
Look what just happened to the Jets. I mean, it eventually happened.
Right.
Joe Douglas comes in and he says, all right, I want to get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
And essentially he did.
Look, I mean, Adam Gase had to go.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Yes. We'll get into
Only
the Jets.
the Jets could get a worse coach than Todd Bowles.
They somehow
I mean,
pulled it
just
off.
I like Sal, though. I'm very high on Sal.
No,
Let's hope I'm
yes.
right. I mean, he hasn't lost a game yet, but I'm very high on him.
We'll get into the Jets a little bit later on. We'll get your calls at 877-337-6666. Aaron Loop just struck out Juan Soto.
What?
And the umpire called it a ball.
Look at Rojas.
And Luis Rojas, who
you know
I got to
what
give
happens
credit
when that
to.
happens?
What, the next pitch
Generally not good.
game is about to be tied?
Oh, come on. I mean, it's on the corner.
That's a brutal
He thought
call.
so, too. Soto was starting to walk to the
I know.
dugout.
He was doing the first step in.
Oh, my God.
One thing I like about Rojas, I'll give him this. He's a great arguer with umpires. He complains all the time.
And of course, he walks him.
And now Loop walks him.
Of course.
So they're going to blow this game now. That's my new feeling. 15 minutes ago, I said to CeeLo, I feel good about this game. And what a dumb comment that was.
It has to be me.
It's you?
Well, you know what I watched last night? I don't know. Do we have to break? I don't even know what's.
No, we run the
Is there any
schedule
breaks
now.
anymore?
No format, no turn off, no format.
Yeah,
no
there's no
turn
format.
off. I mean, right. So no turn off. Just do whatever you
Joe,
want.
here's what I've learned. If we don't break, we'll make up for it the 6 o'clock hour, and that's fine.
Oh, okay.
This means we leave early.
My guy's coming at 6:25.
There you go.
Actually, the show's on to 6:35.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
6:35? I thought there's a Yankee pregame
Well, I'm
show. It's a
leaving
big
at
Field of
25.
Dreams game.
Yeah, the game starts 7:15 first pitch, so 6:35 pre.
By the way, one of the things I said, I don't know if I said this to Spike, but when we were trying to get you to do these shows, I was going to tell you, dude, you could leave at 6 o'clock. I mean, I feel bad.
I can leave anytime I want. I mean, let's be real.
That's true. You can leave now if you want it. I was trying to sweeten it by like, bro, you can leave at 6.
Let's tell it like it is.
That's
here.
true. You can leave right now if you want.
Right? No, I'm not.
And you're not going to do that.
No, I wouldn't do that to you because I love you.
Also, think about all the people that miss you. You know how many people are going to call up today and say, Joe, what do you think of this? What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Been gone for 9 months.
We appreciate that.
They're very, very curious.
How many months am I gone now?
9 months.
Is it that many?
I think November
6th, I think it was.
November 6th? Well, it's
Yeah.
August 12th.
Yeah.
Do the math.
It's unbelievable.
9 months. Does it feel like more or less?
It's gone by very quickly. It's crazy. I mean, people ask me all the time. I just don't miss it. I don't miss it.
No, and I tell people that too because they ask me.
It was time to get out.
Yeah.
It clearly was. I mean, it was the right time.
Isn't that perfect though? Like you never want to leave something too early or too late.
Right,
And you actually
right.
left at the right time.
It was the right time. No
Yeah.
doubt about it.
We'll get your calls come up and react to the Mets who potentially may blow this game in the 6th inning against the Nationals. Craig on vacation, but Ingo and Roberts here with you until Yankee baseball coming up later. And we are live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire, nobody.